dear students, and welcome back to another fresh new episode of your homeschooling and digital learning process. Students, in this particular episode, we'll be discussing about the formal letter writing in detail. But before we proceed, please refer to this particular video so that you can have a clear-cut idea about the introduction of letter writing in ICSE. Now, students, this particular video will also help you to differentiate the informal letter writing style with the formal one. Today in our digital classroom, we'll be discussing the format of the letter writing, the marking scheme, the content, the expression, few opening lines, few closing lines, so that you can get good marks in your board examinations. I'll be highlighting few areas where students commit mistake and will be giving you few techniques so that you can score far more better. So my dear students, check out the marking scheme for your formal letter. Your formal letter comprises of 3 units. First you have your format, then your content, and at last your expression. Your format carries 3 marks, your content carries 2 marks, whereas your expression carries 5 marks. So students, talking about your format first. Your format first has from address, that means your sender's address for half mark. Then you have date for another half. After that, you have to address the person to whom you are addressing the letter or sending this particular letter for another half. Then you have your salutation for another half. Next, what you have is your subscription for another half, and then name plus your surname or initial for a half mark. So total it accounts to 3 marks. Now let's discuss the format in detail. So students, first in lineup we have our sender's address or the from address for half a mark. Now this particular style of writing, the sender's address, is quite similar to the one that I had taught you in your informal category. So we'll follow the same pattern. We have our door number, then a comma, then our street, then a comma, the lane, a comma, and then city along with the pin code, full stop. So the pattern remains the same, comma, comma, full stop. Now students, the ones who are not aware about this particular technique of writing the sender's address, please check this flashback video out. So just check out this. I have written here as 26 by 1 Wood Street, Park Lane, Kolkata. Now if you see the division, it's like 26 by 1 comma Wood Street comma, now see Wood Street, W capital S capital, then Park Lane, P capital, L capital, and then a comma. After that I have written Kolkata, K capital, and then the pin code of 6 digits. Students, let me talk about the basic mistakes that you do while writing your address. Now 2-3 common mistakes. First one, you write your examination hall as your address. Please avoid doing so, that's totally wrong. Second thing, suppose if you are a hostelite or if you are a residential school student, when you are mentioning your address, please mention your school address very properly and it should be correct. Third mistake, placement of the commas. Please be careful when you place that comma. You can remember the trick by learning comma, comma, full stop, comma, comma, full stop. If you remember in this particular manner, you will never forget. Because see, at the end of the street you are placing a comma, end of the lane you are placing a comma, and then a full stop after the pin code. Not necessary, but if you put it down, it will be in a kind of a rhyming tone and it will be, in your mind forever. And then generally I find students shifting towards the right hand side of the margin. Remember one thing, your left hand side margin, you need to focus that you start your address from the left hand side margin. So students, I hope that the sender's address part is very clear to you. Now let's shift down to our date. Our date is the same as our informal letter. The writing style is totally the same. The date of examination is your finalized date. And suppose if your examination is on 23rd February, so you need to write 23rd February F capital comma 2020 or 21. Got it? So this is your exact writing style of the date. For further updates on examination mistakes or maybe the writing style, check this flashback video out. So next comes in our date. Now you need to leave a line before writing your date. Leaving a line is not that important, but maintaining neatness and making your letter presentable is more important than that. Here, students should keep 2-3 things in their mind while writing the date. First thing, please do not mention DATE while writing your date. Correct? Next, the date of your examination is the date that you write in your letter. Suppose here I have taken it as 23rd February, 2020. Generally, your exams fall in the month of February. So I have taken an example so that you can understand it in a better manner. Now, 23rd, the way that I have written it, 23rd February, we generally check the spelling of February, and trust me, many of you commit the same spelling error while writing in your examination. So please check out the spelling of February and then write it down. Please do not get confused between your notice writing date technique and your letter writing date technique. There in your notice writing, you do not place a comma while writing date, but here you do place it. There, for your events date, you generally take 10 to 15 days duration, but here the date of your examination is your final date that you are going to write in your letter. Please do not mix and match the format or the way of presenting your letter. Second thing, I generally see this is a new kind of mistake that I see among students. In your letter, you write on 23rd March or on 23rd February, 2020. Please do not mix and match your notice writing date along with your letter writing. This is a new kind of an error that I am seeing among the students. Please try and avoid it. Few students will ask me how to overcome this particular barrier. My advice to you people is, as soon as you receive your board examination timetable, first check out when is your English paper 1. Start practicing at least 10 times or 15 times a day the same date of your English paper 1 examination. Trust me, you will never make a mistake in your board examination. Supposingly, if it is on 23rd February 2020, so start off writing 23rd February, 2020. 23rd, be careful the way that I have written. February, F capital, spelling should be accurate, 2020. Same thing, you can do it for your notice writing as well. You can take at least 10 to 15 days duration gap and you can practice that also there. So students, that was all about your date. Now let's talk about our to address. You need to skip off a line and then write your to address. Now please keep one thing in your mind, that you should not write the word TO2 and a comma. Directly mention the person whom you are addressing this particular letter. So in formal letter, you directly write the identity of that particular person. Suppose if it is a principal, you write the principal, comma. If it is a superintendent of police, the superintendent of police, comma. If it is the editor of a newspaper, the editor, comma. Correct? And then the place or the institution or the newspaper's name where this particular person is working or where his office is designated. So suppose if it is principal, the principal, comma, then comes in your school's name, then the address, and then your city along with the pin code. Suppose if it is your editor, the editor, comma, newspaper name, then comes in the address and city along with the pin code. Got it? Just check out this particular example. Here I have written it, the principal, comma, school's name, then the street or the locality where this school is, and then the city along with the pin code. The same pattern you need to follow in your board examination. So students, next comes in our salutation. But before we start off with our salutation, let me tell you one thing very clearly, that few students have asked me about subject. Keep this thing in your mind, your subject is not at all required in your formal letter. You don't get marks for it. Got it? So please do not write the subject. Now moving down to our salutation part, you need to skip off a line after your to address and then write your salutation. Now, first mistake that students commit, they use the word respected. Please do not use the word respected. You're not going to get any marks for it. Got it? So you use dear sir. Now here we have little pro forma based differentiation, where to use dear, where to use only sir. In case of editor, in case of a newspaper editor, please use the word only sir, S capital SIR and a comma. Rest of the cases you can use dear sir, DEAR SIR, T capital S capital, dear sir and a comma. Understand this thing, dear sir, except in the case of editor you can use everywhere, but in case of a newspaper editor, please use the word SIR, sir and a comma. Next we have our content of the letter. So content of the letter is basically divided into 3 paragraphs. We have our intro, we have our body, we have our conclusion, and then it should be presented in a very neat manner. Now here 2 ways are there. Either you start just below the comma, dear sir, comma, and just below that you start writing your letter, or the second way is you leave one line and then you come towards the left hand side, extreme left, and you start writing your letter. Now here you need to understand one thing, that you will have an opening line, you'll have a closing line, and in between you need to write your body or whatever your question is demanding. The same method that I had taught you earlier in the informal letter, the dancing method. Mark it down as number 1, number 2, number 3, whatever your question is demanding. Later on, when you finish answering that particular part in your body, please strike it off. So check out here, I have divided basically our content into 3 parts, that is introduction, body and conclusion. Now students, don't worry about the opening line and the closing line. I'll be giving you a few specimens so that you can use that in your board examination. Students, after ending your letter, in case of formal letter, a very important part that you need to highlight, that is you need to leave one line and write thanking you, comma. Got it? T capital U small, thanking space U and a comma. I find students in a rush, or whether they are in a hurry to finish off their paper, they just skip off writing thanking you. So please leave off a line and then write thanking you, comma, and then come down to your subscription. So students, next comes in your subscription. After writing thanking you, comma, you need to leave a line and then write your subscription. Now subscription, 2 very genuine things I'll tell you: yours faithfully or yours truly. To avoid spelling mistake, please write yours truly, Y capital, T small, or here if you are writing yours faithfully, please write Y capital, F small and a comma. Now faithfully has double Ly, truly TRULY, you don't have E here. So these all are the things that you need to keep in your mind while you write your subscription. So it's yours faithfully, comma, or yours truly, comma, and remember the basic thing, you need not put an apostrophe S. Got it? So students, once if you have finished writing your subscription, immediately the next line you need to write your full name. Full name means your name along with your title or initial. In case of an informal letter, we used to write only our first name, but here in case of our formal letter, we write our full name. Suppose if my name is Rohit Roy, so I'll be writing Rohit, R capital space Roy. Got it? So you need to write your full name along with your title or initial. Now students, let me give a very smart technique to my South Indian students who keep on questioning about their name along with the initial. Now students, your name might be Rohit.R, your name might be Rohit.P, but it's you who are aware about that initial and not the examiner. So now what you can do is, what smart technique you can apply here, suppose if it is Rohit.R, so you can make it as Rohit Roy, whosoever it may be. We are only concerned about our satisfaction and whether you are meeting the demand of the format or not. Now students, here why did I talk about satisfaction? I'll tell you about my student whose name was Rohit Ganesh Murli. Now here, suppose if you would have written yours faithfully Rohit Ganesh, examiner might get confused why he has written Rohit Ganesh or why he has written two names together. So, in order to avoid this particular confusion, why to take that risk? Everyone wants a peace of mind or a mental peace after they write their board examination and come out of the examination hall. So, my advice to you people is apply this smart technique. If your name is Rohit R, please innovate something, right? Rohit Roy or something else, whatever is left to you people. Now, students, that was all about the format of a formal letter. Now, quickly take a look at few opening lines and closing lines which might help you in writing a formal letter. My dear students, those were your opening and closing lines of a formal letter. I hope that you people have made a note of the same. Now let's take down a topic and analyze a formal letter. So that was your question where it stated that your class wants to visit a well-known historical monument in a nearby town. Write a letter to your principal seeking permission and say why you would benefit from the visit. So almost if you check out this particular and you divide it properly, your class wants to visit a well-known historical monument. That's number 1, nearby town. Mark it as number 2. You have to be careful with the address here. Write a letter to your principal. You can mark it down as number 3, seeking permission for, and say why you would benefit from the visit. 5. So 2 points will do. So now let's start off with the letter. You check out the address. It's same as I had prescribed you earlier. Now let's go directly into the body. Now see here, this is to request you that the students of class 10B are keen to visit the famous historical place of Delhi Qutub Minar. So if you check out the address and the question, it's a nearby town and your school is also located in the same town. Got it? So it's very easy and there's no sort of confusion to the examiner as well. So being the student of class 10, our favorite subject is history, and so all of us have decided to familiarize ourselves with this subject in this natural manner. We request you to grant us permission for the same. Next, in our class there are 42 students and all have agreed to visit Qutub Minar by bus. We would be grateful to you if you could provide school bus for the same, as it will help us avoid transportation charges. We want to gather knowledge for our forthcoming project, that is Historical Monuments of Delhi. Having heard about Qutub Minar since primary classes, we are quite eager to get an actual glimpse of this beautiful piece of architecture. We would like to go to visit Qutub Minar on Saturday as we have less number of classes on that day. Please grant us permission for the same. And next, leaving one line, thanking you, another skip off of a line, and then yours faithfully, full name. Got it? So this is the entire structure of your formal letter, and what you can do is you can divide into 3 paragraphs as well. Got it? So please keep these things in your mind when you're writing a formal letter. So my dear students, that's all from your formal letter episode. Now next week, same day, same time, I'll be back with another fresh new topic. Till then, stay home, stay safe, and keep learning.